All right, so I airdrop farmed. I said I was going to do it, and I did it. I've done it once. I decided I would start with zkSync. It's a project that I've been reading about for a couple of years. And basically, it's an Ethereum Layer 2 protocol that works with zero knowledge ZK proofs that are like really state of the art for encryption. Basically, the person validating the transaction doesn't have to have any knowledge of what's in the transaction in order to validate it, which makes the transaction super duper secure. That was the one that I decided to cut my teeth on. A couple of people had posted about the airdrop. So I did it. I did stuff. Patrick from Dynamo DeFi had published a checklist on Substack, and I'll link to that. Somebody posted a thread where they were like, oh yeah, I did this in 7 minutes. It took me more than 7 minutes. I don't know what that person did, like how many activities they tried to do, because, you know, you can do more stuff or less stuff depending on how committed you are to being a member of the ecosystem / getting a bigger airdrop. But I did a bunch of this stuff. I really tried. I leaned in. I mean, that was my evening tonight. I did not watch TV. I airdrop farmed. That was my evening. All right, so the first thing Patrick said was bridge to zkSync Lite. That wasn't too bad. You got to send some money across the bridge, but like if you have ever used a bridge or even a DEX, it's not too bad. Trade on the Zigzag exchange, that wasn't too bad either. That's pretty much works like any other DEX. I just swapped a little bit of ETH for a little bit of USDC and then was like, great, I did it. Your DEX works, mazel tov. Mint an NFT on zkSync Lite. So this was tricky. There was another thread that Patrick linked to that had instructions on this. You had to like post a file on one website to put it on the IPFS, the Intergalactic File Protocol Service. I forget what that stands for. Anyway, you had to post the file, then you had to take the link from the file, put it on this other site, and then you could mint an NFT. But I got that done. The fees, of course, because it's layer 2, the fees are not terrible. Like it's a couple of bucks for this and a couple of bucks for that. One or two things you had to transfer from Ethereum mainnet. So that, of course, was like, you know, 10x, like $5 or $7 for a fee where everything else was like $1 or less. Complete the Crew 3 zkSync quests. This was like, I've had to do this stuff for work where they are walking you through, like this tweet, retweet this tweet, read this blog post, and answer these multiple choice questions about it. It was like a questionnaire like that. You join the Discord and then you answer all these questions and you retweet a couple of tweets. I did it. It took some time. It was a little annoying, but it's done. I did it. Request funds from the zkSync incentivized testnet. You go to a website and push a button. So I did that too. And then there were a couple of things that he wanted you to do on the testnet. Make a swap on zkSync testnet and mint an NFT on the zkSync testnet. Here's the thing about this one. You can request funds from like the zkSync protocol. They will give you a little bit of money to play around with on the testnet. But you can't really, as far as I could tell, bridge money from any network to the testnet. You had to request it from them, and mine hasn't arrived yet. What you do is you hit request, and it automatically writes and posts a tweet to your Twitter account that says, I'm participating in this, and here's my wallet address. And they see that and send you some funds. So this tweet with my whole wallet address is sitting on my Twitter account now. So I'm doxxed. I'm good and doxxed. But if I get this little bit of money that they're supposed to be sending me, then I will use it to do these tests. So then there was another thread that said you should donate to GitHub, which, you know, that's a nice thing to do, especially if you could get money back for it. I have not donated anything to GitHub yet. I'll get to that one. Okay, I'll make some donations. The other thing was, one of the things recommended making 50 to 100 transactions on zkSync, 50 to 100 transactions. And the total of your transactions should be around 1 ETH, which right now is like $1,700. I'll be honest, that's a big commitment for what to me is like an experiment where I would like to keep the overhead low. I don't know if I'll make it to 50 to 100 transactions, and I don't know if I'll make it to 1 ETH. Right now I'm in for about 0.01 ETH. Right around $20, and I've done about 5 or 6 transactions. I bet I could make it to 10 or 20. I don't know if I'm going to make it to 50 to 100. I understand, like, I could be leaving money on the table Nobody knows what the airdrop requirements will be, but just in terms of my patience and my interest level and what I am willing to invest in the potential zkSync airdrop, I'm thinking 10 to 20 transactions is about where I'm going to net out here. But yeah, overall, not bad, not terribly painful. People have lots of good instructions online, very helpful, not terribly expensive, not that time consuming. I probably spent like a good hour on it, and I got something done. Whether I get the maximum airdrop, I have no idea, but I'll get something. I'll get more than I was going to get yesterday. It's a start. I want to do layer 0 next. I might do 1 or 2 more things on zkSync, but I'm really excited about layer 0. Layer 0, I think, is the technology that is like going to be a huge part of binding together Ethereum and all the different layer 2 protocols. When you talk about a multi-chain future for Web3, I think layer 0 is going to be a big piece of that. That tech is very sweet. And if you've ever used Stargate to move crypto between layer 2s and between mainnet and layer 2, as I have, it's sweet. That one's on deck. But this went pretty well. I can't say this was too tough. 1 or 2 sort of sweaty moments where I was like, why isn't this working? And then I figured it out. I'll give you a pro tip. zkSync Era and zkSync Lite are not the same thing. So if you've got to do one thing that's for zkSync Lite, that is not the same as doing it for zkSync Era. You'll know when it happens. So there you go. I'm an airdrop farmer. I don't feel that different, but we'll see.